Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday again, and so I am here for my live. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. It is Tuesday, January 21st, 2025, and we are in a deep freeze. I hope that didn't click off my video. I don't know what that was. I got a thing that it was trying to reconnect. My Wi-Fi is a little weird this morning, so hoping for the best. We are not as cold as most places, that's for sure, at least a lot. Chatted with my sister Sharon this morning, and she is in northern Wisconsin, and they were at minus 24 degrees with a wind chill of minus 47. So we are not quite that bad. We have a high of 25 today. We're going to get in the 30s tomorrow and the 40s on Saturday, and then we're going to stay there for a while. But yeah, after I talked to her, I felt I really couldn't complain. Bitter cold Iowa, I bet, if it's anything like Wisconsin. Yeah, it's pretty crazy right now, Doris. Hi, Teresa, glad you're watching. My name is Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. I have been an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for over 27 years, almost 28 years, and I love what I do. I am coming to you from Murfreesboro, Tennessee in the United States. Hi, Marianne. Glad you're here. And I'm here to help you. Oh, hello from Africa, Teresa. Wow. 70s. That sounds pretty nice to me. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted there. I am here to help you learn the joy of card making and paper crafting, to give you tips and tricks to make that easier and more fun for you, and then to encourage you to send out your beautiful creations to encourage and bring some happiness to someone else. Please give me a hello if you are watching in the comments so I know you stopped by. And if you're watching later on the replay, let me know that also. As always, I will be drawing from all of the comments that you leave today through midnight tomorrow, January 22nd. And drawing for a giveaway to give away the card we're making today. So I love to hear your comments. Please interact with me. It makes it all so much worthwhile for me. I just love hearing from you, hearing how things are going. What are you working on for a project right now? What's the weather by you? What are your plans for the day if it's so cold? Are you going to stay in and craft? I would either be crafting with stamping or crocheting or reading a good book. Those are my go-tos on cold days. Okay, congratulations to the winner of my last card, the terrific Toadstools card in the neutral colors, and that winner was Gloria Gilbert. And Gloria, that is in the mail today and on its way to you. Thank you for watching and commenting. Also, if you can share my video to your homepage, to another group, to a crafty group, just to a friend, let me know if you do that. That gets me exposure that I wouldn't otherwise have. And I so appreciate that as a small business owner. So thank you, thank you, thank you for doing that. If you do it, let me know and I will give you a bonus entry toward today's card. Okay, guys, let's get down to the table and see what we got going on today. I'm going to turn you around. You will see it's kind of gray out there, but it's not too bad. I'm going to bring you down to my table. Make sure we're in the right place here. So give me just a second to find me. This is me, Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. My blog is crazystampinglady.blogspot.com. My email is crazystampinglady@gmail.com. My Facebook is facebook.com/crazy stamping lady, and that's right where you are right now. My YouTube is under my name, Maureen Rolfes, and you can shop with me at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. If you shop with me in the month of January, please use this hostess code. This hostess promotes to you and give away and prizes and kits, etc. So I really appreciate it. If your order is over $150 pre-shipping and handling and tax, then don't use that code because you will be able to own hostess rewards, and I want you to get those. Okay, let's see. Don't forget it's also celebration. So every $60 you spend during celebration, you can pick a free item out of the celebration brochure. So I will show you that in a minute also. I do have one card to share from my friend Karen today. It is a beautiful winter hello card. Karen, I love it. She used the little arched window opening here to make like you're looking out of a window, and she actually did brick embossing, so it looks just gorgeous. And then the little snowflakes outside on the winter scene. I love it so much. What a gorgeous winter card to just send out and encourage someone and uplift their spirits. It is beautiful, Karen. Thank you so much for thinking of me. It will be displayed on my mantle. Thank you. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Here's what we got going on, guys. I have an online card class. It is where you're going to make 4 cards, 2 each of 2 different designs, plus a 3D bonus project. That class is going to be held on Friday, January 31st at 1 p.m. Central Time in a private online group that you'll be invited to if you sign up. The cost is $25 and it includes shipping for all of the pieces prepped and ready to go to put these cards together. The only thing you'll need to add are adhesives and your own stamping, because Stampin' Up! Does not allow us to do stamped images. So I used Melon Mambo and Real Red on my cards. You can always, and it's just for the sentiments, that's all you're stamping. So you could substitute any sentiments you like, and you can always stamp them in basic black because they will always look great if they're just stamped black. So be aware of that. But these kits are all prepped up to everyone that signed up so far, and they will be going out in the mail on the 23rd. I need you to sign up by tomorrow at 10 p.m. if you want to join us for this class, because I'm going to finish all my prepping tomorrow night and then get those all in the mail on the 23rd. So any questions about them, just email me at crazystampinglady@gmail.com, and that's also where you can RSVP to me. So that is that. I do have 2 in-person classes going on too. It looks like the Friday one's going to be canceled, and I'm moving whoever was signed up into the Saturday. I just don't have enough to hold 2 classes right now locally, but I will keep offering 2 options because sometimes the other one might fill up. Who knows? So if you're local in Tennessee here and would like to attend the class in person, the cost is $20 because there's no shipping on that, of course, and everything will be ready for you to make, and I will give you full instruction. Let me move on from that. My free virtually monthly card kit, you know you can free virtually earn a card kit by placing a qualifying order in the month of January by using my hostess code or having an order that's over $150 pre-shipping and handling and tax. To get your kits for a $50 order, you'll get 3 free card kits. A $75 order is 3 free card kits and a bonus project. And $100 is 3 card kits, a bonus project, and a half a pack of an embellishment. I only send 1 kit per person, but it's at the highest level that you qualified at. All smaller orders will receive a handmade card from me as a thank you, and all orders are entered into my monthly order prize drawing. My February class, which will be putting these kits together, should be mailed out by February 1st, and the class will be on Monday, February 10th at 11 o'clock a.m. right here in this group, and it is available for anybody to watch. I filled up all of my spots, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much for supporting me with this. Everything from the first up until like the last few days went out today in the mail to you. So if you ordered from me anytime between probably, I'm thinking after up to like the 10th or so or 11th, those are the ones that I got and put together, and those are on their way to you. Anything after that is still coming. So when that order gets in, I will prep them and get them out to you, and I will email you. But again, I appreciate you so much for signing up for that. Sketch challenge. This is today. We are going to be doing sketch challenge number 22. We have done 22 months of sketch challenges. That is crazy. This one is for January, so it runs from January 21st through the 31st. You're going to use this sketch loosely. You can turn it this way, you can turn it horizontal, you can move the things up to the top, you can put them in the middle, I don't really care. You can use these sizes, you can adjust these sizes, you can use these shapes, you can adjust these shapes. I just want this sketch to be a springboard for you. So I will post this in a post that will be pinned to the top of my page here. And that is where in the comments you will post any pictures of the cards that you make using this sketch. I will also be putting out a blog post about it, and you can read more about there. But basically, you're going to make your card. You're going to post it in that pinned post sometime between today and midnight on the 31st Central Time. And then on the 1st of February, I will draw for a winner for a prize. My measurements are on here. These are the measurements I'm using, and I'll go over them with you today again. But you do not have to use these measurements. You can adjust it any way you want. But I have one layer and then another layer, 4 little squares, a circle, and a sentiment. That is exactly how I did my card using these measurements. Again, add more layers if you want. Take a layer away. Do whatever you want on yours. This is just to give you an idea today as we make our card of how I would interpret this, okay? So I'm going to set that aside for now. Out of the mini catalog today, we will be using this stamp set right here, Hugs for Love. It's on page 54 of the catalog. It is a bundle with a to-the-point label punch. Now I think, let me see, I should have marked it and I didn't. Let me see if I can find it quick. If I can't, we'll move on. I don't want to keep you here watching me turn my pages too long. That would just be silly. But there is another set that coordinates with this punch in this catalog. And it doesn't come in a bundle with the punch. It just coordinates all of the images and sentiments fit inside of that punch. And maybe I'm dreaming because I can't find it. Maybe by next time I'll figure it out and let you know. But this is the bundle, and I got this, and I love it, and I have been playing with it. But today we're not going to use the punch. You could use the punch on this card. I just chose not to because I followed the sketch more closely. But we're going to be using a sentiment out of the Hugs for Love stamp set. I will show you that a little more close up and personal here. So here is that stamp set, Hugs for Love. It has a Happy Valentine's Day, You Make Me Smile, Life is Better with You, lots of hugs and kisses, sending you a big hug, you and I make the best team, and then all of these little hearts, a little framed image that has little hearts on, and another little framed image that has hearts, but they actually form like a little leafy sprig. So it wouldn't have to be hearts if you didn't want it. You could make them green and make it like leaves. Anyway, cute, cute set, cute sentiments, lots of hearts for Valentine's Day. I send lots of love cards to all of my grandkids, so it was perfect for me. And then here is that punch that coordinates with it. And this cuts out these framed images, but any of these will actually fit inside the punch, which is pretty cool. We're not using the punch. We are using the You Make Me Smile sentiment out of the Hugs for Love. And then out of Celebration, we're going to be using this DSP, the Fruit Salad DSP. This is such bright and beautiful paper, guys, and it is going to be the star of our card today. For those of you who did order the paper share, as a bonus for ordering from me, I sent you a quarter pack of these papers, so you will have them to have some fun with and play with them. There's 48 sheets in here. It's 4 each of 12 different designs. So that is pretty cool. You got all 12 designs as your bonus in your project, in your little paper share. And I'm going to show you that paper too up close and personal since we are right here. So let me just move this for a second so I can show you these gorgeous papers. These are the fruit salad. Now you can get these by making a $60 purchase, and then you could choose this as your free item. There's 6 of the designs, and I'm going to turn them over so you can see the backs. They're all pretty neutral, but bright and gorgeous. Fun for birthdays, fun for celebrations of any kind. I love them. Some of them are a little more neutral, like this could be used anywhere that you wanted, some green or yellow, but they are just bright and gorgeous together. So that is 6 of the designs. And here are the other 6. 1, 2, put that 2 together. Nope, that's it. 2. Spread out, guys. 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can see why they call it fruit salad. How fun are all of these designs? And then we're going to turn it over, and then these are what are on the backs of those. So just a lot of crazy fun going on here, guys. This is a great pack of designer series paper that you can get as your freebie for a celebration purchase. Okay, and then nothing out of the annual catalog. I just like to remind you that this is still active. Do not forget about it. There's so much fun stuff in here. And we do all the stuff out of the mini catalogs and sometimes forget about this catalog, but there are great, great stamp sets and products in here. Okay, let's get stamping, guys. Here is my instruction sheet for this. I am going to put it out again at the end with my finished card. So if you want to take a screenshot, I will also be posting this and my finished card in the comments afterwards so that you have that if you want to use that picture as your little reminder of what we did in the video. So I'm going to move that to the side for right now and grab out all the pieces for our card. Just look how bright and beautiful these are. Okay, so I have a basic white envelope, and inside of there my little sentiment piece is hiding. Just a basic white envelope. I have a basic white A2 base. So A2 means that it is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, a regular card base. I have a piece of basic black, and this is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and it was run through with the Dashing Designs 3D embossing folder. This is out of the annual catalog. It's got a really cool pattern on it. I can't even say what that pattern is supposed to be. To me, it looks a little bit like it could be a quilted pattern, a little bit like a basket pattern, a little bit like maybe tribal or southwestern type art images on there. I don't know. I love it. It's gorgeous, and we're using this as the backdrop for our paper today. So again, this was 4 inches by 5 1/4, and it was run through the Dashing Designs 3D embossing folder. So let's put this together. The first thing I'm going to do is punch out my focal point. And I am going to use circles just like it was on the sketch. So let me bring that back in for a second. Okay, so this had the circle right here. That's what I'm going to use, but I'm going to use a double layer there. So we are going to punch with the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. I'm going to just punch out a layer of basic black. So you just need a scrap large enough to punch that out. Whoops, it's scooted over. Let's put it right back, right there. So there is that. And then out of the designer series paper, I am going to punch a 2-inch circle. And on this circle, I want to get all of my colors basically. So I want to get red, yellow, orange, and green. So let's see where the best place to punch that would be. We have orange here. So I could punch right there. I'm trying to get at least one whole fruit on there if I can. Could punch right there and that would work. Let's try the other end because there's also orange down there. Or we could punch... I'm going to do this one because look at this. Cherries in there and I can get part of that orange up there. So that's perfect. That's exactly what I want, is an image kind of like that. So this is a 2-inch circle that is going to layer onto my black. And I really love it by using black in the background, how it makes all of these bright, there's a little junk on there. Let me grab my filing. If you don't have a filer, grab an emery board or a filing block of some sort and have it handy on your table. So when you punch or you cut, if you get those little frayed edges, you can just sand them right off. But I love the way that makes those bright colors pop. So that is what we're going to be using for our focal point on here. And I am just going to put some seal on the back of here and layer that right now. So that is ready to go. Trying to get it pretty centered on there. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to take our card, and I'm going to put this 3D embossed layer right onto my card. Now, both sides are cool on here. This is the side that would normally be embossed because it's the side that's up to the Stampin' Up! Logo on the embossing folder. But the debossed side is also very cool. It just has different parts of it embossed, so either will work. I'm going to just use the one the way it would have been with the folder. I'm going to go all the way around the edge with my seal, because when you use any embossing folder, but especially the 3D embossing folders, because they make such a beautiful indented image, they can warp your paper and make it curl a little bit. And I want this to lay down very flat on my card front. So I went all the way around the edge with that, and we're going to just lay this down and center it onto my card front. Just like that, and then I'm just going to push it down very gently. I don't want to push that debossing or embossing out, but all around the edge to make sure I have a good firm adherence on there. Okay, so look how cool that is. Can you guys see that? I hope that is showing on camera, because it is a very beautiful pattern, and I think it gets overlooked a little bit in the catalog. So yeah, hopefully you can see that. The next thing we're going to do is take 4 squares of the Designer Series paper. So these are the more neutral back images. You can see on this part they have all the fruit. I wanted just the colors to work with on here. These 4 pieces are 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. They're actually a little large for the design. I'm thinking 1 1/2 by 1 1/2 would work too, but I wanted a lot of this paper to show. So I decided, even though when it goes on my card, it's going to fill up a little bit more of my card front, that I still liked it because I like all the color. And we're going to place these onto the front of our card. So I'm just going to take some seal on the back. And again, it's the 4 colors that I was trying to get in here: the yellow, the green, the red, and the orange. And we're going to place this down here in this corner, leaving just a little border at the bottom and the side. And I do want to make sure I get a good firm pressure on that. Doesn't matter if that flattens out underneath there. I want to be sure that that is adhered really well, so you don't see the part underneath. So give it a good firm pressure with your finger to make sure it's adhering. I'm going to take the orange one. Hope you guys are having a great day, and hopefully you're not freezing too much where you are. Like I said, this will be a great crafting day for me, and I will be reading part of a book, and I'll be working on my crocheting. Just a good day to stay in and stay warm. Okay, so I'm going to lay that right above it, leaving that same little border. And again, giving this some nice firm pressure in the middle to make sure that it's adhered well. Next, we'll do our red. And on the sketch, these next 2 squares were placed up just a little bit from these 2. So I'm going to do that on my card. I'm going to take this design that I don't think has a right or wrong to it. So it shouldn't really matter. I'm going to leave the same amount of border between these as I have right here, but I'm going to stagger it, coming up maybe a little more, maybe 3/8 of an inch or so. I'm trying to get these pretty straight on here. That orange might have been a little bit off, but I think it'll be fine. I'm going to go around that too to get that adhered down well. And then finally my green square. So I can't wait to see what you guys come up with this sketch. I could just see this looking totally different if you used nothing bright, like if you used a more neutral color, kind of when I did my toadstool card, and I did it in the real brights, and then I did it again in the more neutral colors. What a difference that makes. You can hardly tell they're the same card because the color scheme is so different. Okay guys, there are our 4 squares, just like it shows on the sketch. So we have our basic white layer, our basic black layer, our 4 colorful squares. Now we're going to, let me grab some dimensionals here. Almost running out on this pack. I might have to use some edges, but that will be fine. So let's grab these 3. And I want this to go on here. Let me see how I want it to go. I want it to go so that my cherries are kind of laying the way they would lay. I'm going to move this orange over a bit because I want the orange to just not be right on top of the orange necessarily. So we'll just focus on the cherries going like this. This one's kind of going straight up and down. Again, sometimes I overthink that. You could have laid it any way you wanted and it would have probably been fine. But that is what I'm going with. Get these backings off of here. And I am going to put this right here on these squares, but I'm not going to put it in the center. I am going to move it over slightly to the right so that more of these squares show than these. And there's no real reason for that, guys. It's just because that's what I want to do. Okay, you could have put it right in the center. You could have moved it this way. Like I said, you could do this as a horizontal card. There's so much that you can do with this sketch. It's a very simple sketch to work with. So I hope you'll consider playing and make a card with this. Okay, the next thing I want to do is my sentiment. So we're going to grab this little piece of white. And this piece of white is 3/4 of an inch approximately by 2 1/8. It is a scrap, but that's pretty close to what it is. And I'm going to come in here with that sentiment, "You make me smile," because I think everything about this card just makes me smile. So it seemed like an appropriate sentiment. I'm going to ink that up. And how fun to send that to a grandchild or a friend or a sister or a brother. I love it. So we're going to place this over to the right-hand side on this piece of basic white, just like that. And then to give this a little character, I'm going to take my snips and I'm just going to snip this at an angle. I'm going to come from this corner up and just down at an angle, just to give it a little character like that. And we're going to place this on the front of our card. So to place this, I am going to take a dimensional, which it looks like we will have enough dimensionals because I have one left there before I have to tackle that border. And we're going to place this right toward this end like that. But because this is coming up on already a raised layer, on this side I'm going to use a glue dot to hold it. That way it'll keep it pretty even. So let's come in here and just place maybe even 2. I'm going to place 2 glue dots on this straight end of this sentiment, just like that. So they're right there. Take off the backing on this. And then we're going to place this onto our card. And you can place it wherever you think it looks great. I don't want to cover up too much of my fruit. I want all of my colors still showing. So I think I'm going to put it right there. That might be slightly crooked. Let's see if I can move it just a little bit. Sentiment, "You make me smile." Now let's do a couple more things with this. I have a scrap strip of the Designer Series paper, and this strip is 1/2 inch by 4 inches, and I'm going to take that and we're just going to add this on the inside of our card at the bottom so that this kind of just pulls the outside into the inside a little bit. So let's see if I can get this centered pretty well in there, just like that. So now that whole fruit theme just continues on to the inside of my card. I'm also going to do a similar thing on my envelope, but for this one I'm going to use Tombow glue because I really want this stuck down all along the edge so that it doesn't raise when it goes through the mail. Let's see if it's exactly the right length or if I need a little more. Okay, I'm going to be ending up trimming off just a tad at the bottom, which is fine. I'll take my Tombow glue. Is that the way I want it to go? Yeah, I think so. And we're going to add that to the back of this strip. I'm not going to go way down to the edge since I'm trimming that off. But I'll go pretty close because I want to be sure this has glue all around it. And I'm going lightly as I put this. I don't want so much that it's going to ooze out, but I want enough that it's going to hold. So I'm just going lightly, slightly in from the edges. And then I'll smoocher that all around like that. And that should hold it great. And since we have this little piece down here with no glue on the bottom, I am going to try to use my tweezers to grab it, and that will help me place it. So we're going to come in here, and I'm going to place it slightly in from the edge, top to bottom, just like that. And then I'm going to give it a really nice squish to get that glue all pressed on there and all over the backing. And the more you can get those edges stuck down really good, the better chance that it's not going to get messed up in the mail. Now, I say that, but I've gotten cards from customers and friends that have not even been glued down really well, and they still came through the mail okay. So yeah, they're probably fine. We're going to trim off that little extra at the bottom. So there is that. It looks like I smudged something on there. Don't know what it is. Let's see if my eraser will take it off, and it does just perfectly. So another tip is to have a glue eraser. You can get these at any craft store, any art store. You can even get them at the Dollar Tree, which I have done. But the Dollar Tree ones are a little stiffer, and they take a little bit more to get the glue up. So I tend to like the better ones from the craft stores, but it's up to you. The other one certainly will work, and it just pulls off any of that. It might have been glue that spread. It might have been ink on my finger. I'm not sure. Whatever it was, it came off. So there is our envelope. One more thing, guys, before we're done. And I'm going to bring this sketch back in here as I show you. So you can see this really matches the sketch perfectly, but it does need a little bling. So I pulled out my adhesive backed shiny sequins. Now these are on the last chance list, guys. So when they are gone, they are gone. That's what it means. If you bring up to shop online and you look at the last chance, everything in there is only available while supplies last. They are not sale priced, because they're just not. Stampin' Up! Reserves the right to lower the price or not. But right now they are not sale priced, but they are on last chance. And like I said, when they're gone, they're gone. So we're going to play with these. And I think on this one, I'll show you my prototype. On my prototype, I used the orange ones. I think on here, I'm going to use the green. I want something that really stands out on here. So let's grab one of the large green ones. Place it up here, and then a couple, well, at least one small one. I'm going to do it just like my prototype because I like the way that laid out, and like I said, I'll show you that. We'll use another large one right down here, just a little bit from that. Look how those pop on there. Isn't that pretty? And then I'm going to add a couple more. I'm going to come down here to the bottom, and I'm going to add 2 more. So I'm still using my odd number. I'm using 5, but because these are on the last chance list and I know they'll be going away soon, I kind of like to use them. I won't be using them on screen once they're gone. So, and we'll just place this one down here. So 5 looks fantastic on there to me. So again, these are the adhesive backed shiny sequins. All 4 colors match this paper. So if you are getting this paper for celebration, I would consider going out there and buying these sequins because they match perfectly with the paper. And then there we go. That is our card. Well, more sequins hiding under there. Let's get rid of those. Yeah, it's a lot of sequins. So there you go. Let's see if it says how many are in there. I think it might. It says quantity is 200. So you get 200 sequins in there. Great, great, great fun, huh? Okay, let me get those out of the way before I lose them. Okay, so there's my card, guys. Let me show you the prototype I made. It's basically the same thing. Oh, I see one thing I did add on my prototype, and I'm going to do it here too. On my envelope, I'm going to add that same sentiment. So using the Memento black ink, we're just going to come up here, down here toward the bottom, next to our paper, and put "You Make Me Smile." How cute is that? That way, when someone picks this up in their mailbox, they already know this is going to be fun. Okay, so this is the one we made today. This is the card I will be giving away. You can see how it matches the sketch. I'll bring the measurements sheet and product sheet back in just a minute. Here is the one I made ahead of time to see if I liked it, and I loved it. On this one, I used the orange sequin, so it's just a little bit different that way, you can see. But both of them look fantastic. I love it. So let's grab the recipe sheet back. and grab this. And if you want to take a screen print, go ahead. I will be posting this later, like I said, in the comments, and I will be doing a pin where you can add your take on this sketch for a chance to win a fun prize. Thank you for taking some time out of your day with me today. I hope you like this project. I hope some of the tips and things I shared with you resonated and that you can use them in your crafting. Don't forget to leave your comments for a chance to win this card. You have till tomorrow night to be entered to win, and I love to hear from you. Finally, I would love to have your business. If you're looking for a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, want to order Stampin' Up! Products, want to join my Crazy Stamping Ladies team so that you can get a discount on all of your products, I am here for you. I am here to be your creative coach. Any questions at all that you have, please reach out to me by email, crazystampinglady@gmail.com. If you need a catalog, let me know that too, and I can get that out to you. My plan is to be back here on Friday at 10:30 with some more creative inspiration. I hope you can find some time to spend with me. There goes my tongue, right? I hope you can find some time to spend with me then. I hope to see you all soon, and until then, try to stay warm. Bye-bye.